You guys can't really see it, but I have a fang. I have a fang now. Isn't that cute? I have a fang. Hi. So, we've all been there, sitting at your computer, eating your chips and Mountain Dew, watching another classic Corpo VTuber collab. It's Bibu and Kyla 8 hours deep into Minecraft or Ame Same Rock and Stoning, and you go, man, I want to do this with my friends. So, you try to. You ask a bunch of people to come play a game with you on stream, everyone seems super hype about it, then 2 of the 4 people you invited drop out 5 minutes after stream starts, and the other 2 are talking over you and talking to your chat for you and ignoring you, and you're miserable. So, you retreat to your box like that meme with the little pink slime and say never again. We're going to talk about how to avoid that. As someone who said never again and meant it and rarely collabs now, I get it. Even if things always went well, collabs are a lot of work, and even if your collab premise is simple, getting everyone on the same schedule is hard. That's just dealing with people, unfortunately. Things come up and some people just aren't able to be reliable, like me. Does that mean you shouldn't try? Of course not. As frustrating and disappointing as a bad collab can be, good collabs are one of the best feelings in the world. You get to create something with your friends, you get to expose each other to your audiences, and maybe even get some cool editable clips or full videos out of it for off-stream content, too. In fact, I'd say collabs are almost necessary to a point. Obviously, not always, but a lot of the time it can really help both your channel and your collaborators' channels to collab. So, as the collab host, I'm assuming you're watching this video because you want to host a collab, but don't worry, if you just want to participate, that's coming later. How do you make sure you have the best collab possible? By planning first, of course. Before you even think about approaching anyone about the official collaboration, you need a plan. Any plan, really. It can be as simple as we both play X game on Y server at Z time, or as complicated as hosting an interview with them, planning a game show and being the host, doing an off collab and hand cam stuff if you live close by and trust each other, or really just anything that isn't just gaming. I'm sorry, but I know you guys can be more creative than that. How do you even plan a collab then? Grab a piece of paper and a pen, open a notepad on your PC, make notes in your personal note-making Discord server or something. I'll wait. Got it? Okay, cool. Start brainstorming. Write down 5 ideas, and after you've written down those ideas, flesh them out just a little bit. Post them in the comments too, why not? Share your ideas, this is a collaborative event. Then, for each idea, write down 2 to 4 people you'd like to invite for each idea. Just one is okay too, especially if it's like a one-off idea or whatever. Like I said before, just gaming doesn't make for engaging content, at least not by itself. So I really suggest going for something slightly more complex unless you want to just goof off with your friends. So if that's all you have in the realm of ideas, that's fine. Games with friends can also be a really fun experience. As far as complexity for stream collabs go, I'd rank gaming by itself down at the bottom, casual tourneys and contests above that, game shows or talk shows or interviews above that, and things like relay raids and charity streams above that. Again, this is just a ranking of the complexity of the collabs and not an inherent valuing of the type of collab you're doing. If you're going for gaming or a more casual stream, you'll need far less prep and planning than a 24-hour charity relay. It's that simple. Inviting people, of course. This is probably the most volatile stage of collab planning simply because people are people. I suggest having group chats with potential collab partners together before you finalize your roster. It sounds really good in theory to have all your friends from all the different corners of your social web interact, hang out, have fun, but that isn't always the case or so simple. Of course, this issue is mitigated if you already know your friends get along, but what if you aren't immediately friends with the people you invite? Well, invite them anyway. Be prepared to be ignored and not take it personally, but you can try. Especially if you're reaching out to a busy creator, of any size, mind you. You don't have to be a big creator to be busy. Your message might get glossed over or missed entirely if they have ADHD like me. I am really bad about DMs. Your message might even get auto-filtered by the site you're using to try to contact them, and that's neither of y'all's fault. So, while I encourage y'all to reach out to who you think would be a good fit for the collab you're planning, please don't DM someone you've had 0 actual interaction with and expect a response, because in all likelihood, they won't. It's harsh, but no and being ignored is something you'll need to get used to as a creator anyway. If you were to ask my opinion, I actually don't think you should be cold DMing anyone, and absolutely don't cold DM anyone you haven't had at least a back and forth with on Twitter and Discord. I'm personally really DM-averse, even to my closest longtime friends, so cold DMs are a no-go for me unless I'm intrigued by the collab concept. If you're absolutely insistent on cold DMing someone you don't know, don't just DM them hi. For those of you in the peanut gallery saying, that's common sense, only the graphic design scammers do that. No, it isn't, clearly. For an example of a minimalistic / semi-cold DM I sent to another creator about 2 years ago, have this. It's not exactly perfect by any means, and the collab didn't end up happening anyway, but it's professional and friendly and laid out all the details I had about the potential collab at the time. Yours can be more or less verbose, more or less informative, but for the sake of whatever is holy or unholy in your edge of the universe, don't just message people hi. You have your collab concept and participants. What's next? Gathering the group in a mutual spot. I suggest having a dedicated Discord server for more involved collabs, and at least group DMs for slightly less involved. First and foremost, lay down expected behavior for everyone. This can be hard to do, but putting boundaries in place is another necessary skill in content creation anyway. You just need to agree on how to act in your shared space. When you've done that, inform everyone all together about the plan, find a common time and date everyone will be available, and make any adjustments or changes you have to. Make sure that, if you have any, the group has access to graphics, schedules, etc. for the stream itself. I also suggest at least one tech check voice call before the date of the stream, just in case anyone is having issues with configuration, mics, mod packs, or the like. That way, problems like these don't sneak up on you the day of. Now, it's time to stream. Break a leg. As host, make sure to be early to VC to make sure you have time to set everything up. The last chunk of the video is dedicated to hosting the collab, but what if you've been invited to one and feel out of your depth? It's exciting to be invited, but maybe you haven't given a lot of thought to how you should act, or it's with a group of people you barely know. Really, it's simple. No, don't even say it. Be nice. Be professional. This should be common sense, but it isn't. Look, I'm a sarcastic bitch and I bully my friends. I have a dry sense of humor and deadpan delivery that can confuse people. Putting that all aside, I know I can only get away with that after I get to know someone or a group. There is no faster route to the collab blacklist than being an asshole when nobody knows you. Word spreads. The industry is huge, but deceptively small. For those of you wondering, yeah, people do this. No, it doesn't make you funny or endearing right off the bat. Eventually it might, but not during your first few interactions with people. It's all about time and place. The time is not now during your first voice call with 6 other people, and the place is not here in your first voice call with 6 other people.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way. If I could kill it, I would. But I legally can't. But I've considered it.
That, sounds a lot more specific than I meant it to. Also, okay, look. I'm gonna be jaded here for a second. If your only personality trait and ability to entertain is rooted in you being a bully or edgy, that puts you barely above the people who say femme streamers have it easier just because they're femme on my absolute list. Please, for the love of God, get some help. Okay, now that I've pissed everyone off, I can hear the Discord mods in my comments already, let's get back to the other stuff. Show up on time for the collab stream at any meetings beforehand. Not 5 minutes late, not 20 minutes late, not an hour late with coffee. Show up 15 minutes early even, maybe an hour just in case you have tech issues despite trying to set things up earlier. You can always go AFK for a bit if you have nothing to fix and come back 15 before live time. It's such a simple thing, but it can make a huge difference. Speed round. Just ask and mean it. They'll probably say no, but they'll appreciate that you asked. But also, don't ask to help if you don't feel you'll actually be able to set aside the time to help. This isn't a requirement, but it's definitely a nice suggestion. This is really just courtesy at its basest form. Things can happen, we're all human, even canceling close to the event can be excused as long as it's not a long-standing pattern of behavior. Maybe there is an emergency or something and you shouldn't feel bad about that. The problem is that, especially in VTubing, we have a lot of flakes. Even just letting somebody know at all that you can't make it should be the bare minimum. If you can give at least 24 hours notice that you can't make it, that's even better. Alternatively, you can just do what I do and never collab because your work and life schedule is so ridiculous that I can't promise anything and it gives me anxiety to have to try to commit without knowing if I really can. Don't do this. I'm working on it. Alright, so what's the takeaway here? Collabs are going to be different for everyone, from what you do to what your goals are at the end. But one solid thing you should do no matter what is be respectful and nice. That's it. It's that simple. Even under the best of circumstances, collabs can go badly, and even under the worst of circumstances, you can find diamonds in the rough. It's all about perspective and how you yourself handle you. If I have any other advice, it's to participate in a few collabs before starting to host your own, just so you can get a feel for it. Most importantly though, have fun. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you are watching it the day that it's posted, Tuesday the 23rd at 6 p.m. Central, I will be going live with Luridemos and Umekuma VT over on Twitch and maybe here on YouTube. We're starting a collaborative Soul Link Nuzlocke. Them wanting to do a collab is the whole reason that I'm making this video to begin with, so you can thank them for that at the end of the day. If you guys want to come and hang out and watch, I'll have all 3 of our channels in the description down below. I'll see you next time.